What's going on, everybody? Mike Stadler here.
Carl Becky here with
The
you.
Obsession Podcast back at you here. Got a few questions. Carlos?
We do. Alrighty then. Hey, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
South Dakota.
Mule deer and velvet.
Deer, velvet, and animal. Just thought we'd start out with that.
Just so you know.
Yeah, buddy. So, this is one we want to talk about anyway. I hear a lot of people talking about, and I see a lot of people posting this. People are asking about over-analyzing early buck pictures.
Huh.
Because it is early.
It's very early now.
It's August.
It's August. Yeah.
And what we think about that, I guess.
Over analyzation of pictures. Everybody's all getting cranked up right now, aren't they?
Yeah, I see people posting things. This is the one I'm going after.
My buck.
This.
Yeah.
And they have them named. Which, I get it. We name bucks too.
Yeah.
But like, we both have good bucks on our cameras.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's August.
Cool, dude. Nice.
It's August. You can't. I mean, I don't know how much land everybody owns. Obviously.
Yeah.
You know, we have small parcels. You know, small property layouts.
Check it out.
Every Wednesday. But
Plug.
you know, so it is a little different. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, it's cool to see those bucks come in, especially if you've seen them last year. You know, and you know they're back. They made it.
Right.
You know, chances are they're going to be back through the property at some point if they're here now.
True.
Obviously, but it's not guaranteed.
No, and that's a big one. I mean, I did it. What the heck was that? I sent you those pictures. I don't know. I had a couple good bucks come through.
Yep.
One in particular I let go last year. Short G210.
Bull grabber.
Yeah, bull grabber. It's buck. Call him bull grabber. And we both last year thought, man, I should have shot that deer.
Yeah.
But now this year he came through and he's a little bit bigger. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, wow, cranked up. And then I realized after I say stupid stuff that, you know, what are the chances of it actually staying there or whatever? You know, they're moving around. They're checking out the areas right now. I mean, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And will they come through again? Yeah, probably chances are you're going to see them again.
Yeah, at some point. I mean, you know, like for instance, here last year, you know, I had those, I don't know, four good shooters that we were after, and they all disappeared. Every one of them was gone.
Yep.
For a month or better.
Right.
And they were just gone.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, this is great.
And then they came back.
And then they came back.
Right.
Late. So, I mean, it's cool to see them early. I mean, not saying you can't get one early.
No.
If they're there and you can pattern when he's doing something that you can get on him, like when the season opens, you know, do it.
Well, let's talk about that quick. So right now, one of our listeners has got a really nice buck on his property.
Mm-hmm.
He's been sending us both pics of it, you know, and he's real. This for some reason, this particular property seems to be really predictable early season because he's done great.
Yeah.
Like the first 2 weeks of bow season, and then he's done. So he doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
doesn't really know what happens afterwards. But for some reason, this property holds these big deer early. And that's great if you can pattern and do that. Because if you're going to be hunting early season, you're hunting a patternable deer.
Yeah.
Food, bed to food, food to bed. And that's how you have to hunt.
Or you shouldn't be out there.
Pretty much.
Unless you're skirting and shooting does.
Right. And that's what we do. The reason our properties are set up the way they are basically October, the beginning of October, all the way through October, end of October, it's really hot because that's the way we set our properties up for. Early November, it's really hot. When we want to hunt the deer the most, our favorite time is the pre-rut, the aggressive stage is what we call it.
Yep.
Last week of October, first week of November here in southern Wisconsin where we're at, Mike and I have been very successful. I would say upwards of 85 to 90% of our deer were shot over that time period.
Correct.
So, and everybody's going to go, well, that's the pre-rut. That's when you can do this. That's when you can do. Yeah, well, that's why you set your property up for that. You know. As for getting excited about seeing the deer now, yeah, everybody gets excited when a big deer's on there crossing their property, you know. I had one in particular deer that we're not going to show pictures of, but he came in and spent a week on my property, and now I checked the cameras. Actually, yesterday I have 0 pictures of that deer.
Mm-hmm.
Just moving around, checking everything out, and hopefully your property is where he chooses to come back to. Everybody, I actually had a good question the other day. Somebody on Facebook got a hold of me and it was asking me whether or not I think the shift is happening right now. First part of what I think you and I call the shift is kind of happening, where they're searching around trying to figure out where they want to spend their fall.
Mm-hmm.
And the shift itself, where they actually start to come and stay, I think personally it's the end of September, first couple weeks of October. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can already see picture-wise, you know, the bucks are starting to spread out now.
Yep.
As to where, you know, a few weeks ago there were, you know, there'd be 3 or 4 of them together in every picture. Now I'm seeing them alone.
Agreed. Yep.
In the pictures and in different spots.
Yep.
Still here, but moving around.
Yep.
The bigger ones are sporadic
Mm-hmm.
pictures of them now.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them are gone.
Yep. Yeah.
Some could be right next door, could be, who knows. But does seem to be a little different too. The fawns are obviously still with them, but they're more broken up now.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that first part of that's starting.
Well, like you were saying, the first pictures I got of that really, really big deer, he was with that 8-pointer that you, old one-stepper there, that you were going to shoot last year. And now he's a lot bigger too. But they are separated. Because I have pictures of him on the property last week. But the other deer's gone. And then we have pictures of another good deer that is, he was there for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days and separated again too. So, you know, I don't get too cranked up this time of year. I mean, I get cranked up when I first look at the picture, and then it's like, well, you know, we got a whole month and a half till deer season.
Ways away before, you know, and then your weather starts getting stupid. And
yeah, what's it going to be? Today's in the mid to upper 90s.
Yeah, today for the next week it's going to be in the upper 90s and humid
and no rain. So, I mean,
yeah, be excited. The pictures are cool. I mean, you know, we've been lucky enough to have some of those deer in velvet. Pictures of them for a couple years and have taken them. So that's neat to have.
Check it out on
if
the
you can get
podcast,
lucky enough to do that. You know,
Our
there's a
work
few deer
worked again this
here, a
year.
few deer
Small
Carl's that we
property,
could do that with if
40
we
acres.
are lucky enough to take them.
right.
But they got to be there.
Yeah.
So,
The other part about that time period, or this time period too, now, like I said, we're about a month out from bow season here in Wisconsin. I really don't try and pattern what I would consider a killable buck, like opening day killable buck, until probably 2 weeks before the season.
yeah, it's too unpredictable right now. And
Yeah.
It's so random.
They're going to change,
Yeah.
and there's so much space for them to move around.
You know, now we have, brassica plots are coming up and stuff like that, so that's going to change what they're doing too.
Big time.
You know, because they're already in them here.
Yep.
Because I can see it every day,
Yep.
and so they're trying to get into yours.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we put the electric
Except it's
fence up.
fenced off, so they can't.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. We'll see. That's, like I said, like Mike was talking about too, is I just don't put a lot of faith in the early velvet pictures. Deer I want to shoot, great, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But until I'm getting a lot closer to the season, I
saw on Facebook the other day,
Man.
somebody posted, and it was like a 12:30 a.m. picture.
yeah.
This is the one I'm after.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I hope you got more pictures than that of him.
Yeah, it's, sometimes you get random pictures of the deer. Daylight movement, Mike and I call them day walkers.
Yeah.
If you can get a day walker close to the season, then you can start to
If
think
you're
that
day walking, you're in trouble.
yeah, that's a go and kill him thing. That's exactly what that is. You get pictures of deer at midnight, 2 a.m., anytime from 9 p.m. through, let's just say 5 a.m. currently. Those deer are not bedding on your property. They're not staying on your property. They're passing through. They're coming through your property. If you have the destination food, they're coming to eat. If not, they're passing through and going to the destination food. Hopefully you have a good enough layout where they want to stay and they will move closer. That's what I think about that question.
That is true.
We appreciate the question. Thanks for listening. If you guys get a chance, want to listen to just the podcast, you can check us out on iHeart, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Apple,
RSS.com.
and see our beautiful faces
On YouTube.
right here on YouTube. If you guys get a chance, please like and share. Also subscribe. Hit the Reaper in the lower right-hand corner. We'd appreciate that. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.